SASE, the convergence of networking and security, secure access service, edge for the hybrid cloud era by Bradley, Janessa, and Hannah for Pareto, um, CSIS 3500.
Okay, so what is SASE or SASE? So SASE is basically a framework that rethinks how enterprises deliver networking and security in a cloud-first environment. So it's basically just a way how companies connect people to the internet safely and quickly. So wired area networking is intelligent traffic routing and optimization across distributed locations. So it's very high routing in for people in different areas, no matter where you are, whether it's school or home or anywhere, the data travels fast. Network security, comprehension security, functions protecting users and data everywhere. So it has really high security functions that, so basically anywhere somebody is, your network security is very high and it's protected anywhere. And cloud native delivery, single unified service, eliminating hardware appliances. So coined by Gather in 2019, SACE moves the security edge from the corporate perimeter to the user's point access, ensuring consistent policy-based secure access to any resources from any location. And the reason why SACE is really cool is because it delivers like really fast security to anybody or any user anywhere at any given time.
Nice. So legacy and hub and spoke networks were built when apps lived in data centers, not the cloud. They don't fit today's remote cloud first world. And we can see that in the performance bottleneck. Remote users must route traffic through HQ before reaching cloud apps, the ones that you may use today. That double latency can kill performance. An example of that is like a remote worker in Texas connecting to a data center in New York just to reach Microsoft 360, which is not ideal. Security vulnerabilities. So VPNs give full network access once connected. If one account's compromised, attackers can move literally. An example is like a stolen VPN credential leading to a full network breach. Um, Operational complexity, IT teams juggle multiple appliances, firewalls, VPNs, proxies, all needing updates and specialists and expertise. It's costly and it's hard to scale for large businesses. And to wrap this slide up, these issues drive the shift to cloud native identity based models like Sassy.
Okay. So how SASE works? This is the convergence loop. So SASE works by processing traffic at a nearby point of presence, which is also POP. It's a four step sequence. So there's just four steps. The first one is identify. So the system first confirms the identity of each user, and the posture of device, if it's a antivirus, running laptop, running desktop, etc. Authenticate, also ZTNA. Access is granted to a specific application, not necessarily the whole network. And it's based on the principle of the least privilege. The third one is enforce, also SSE stack. It's a cloud delivered security components, which include FWAAS, SWG, CASB, inspect, filter, and they also enforce organizational policy and compliance instantly at that moment. And the last one is a route SDWAN, the optimized SDWAN fabric intelligently directs the clean traffic to the resource, which is SaaS, the app, a public cloud data center with the lowest latency. And then these are our YouTube videos.
Try clicking the first one.
Okay.
So, look, everybody's here today then to learn a little bit about Sassy. You know, we've entitled the event "What is Sassy and Do I Need It?" So seems like a really sensible place to start, Richie, with Sassy. What is it? Right, yeah, that is a really good start, Paul. So I think officially, SASE stands for Secure Access Service Edge. It's a term established by Gartner, and it defines a cloud native framework. Right, and this framework integrates networking and security functions into this unified service, specifically with the aim of accommodating those modern hybrid network and cloud architectures. Now, somewhere I've got a slide, actually. Let me just get this slide up here and share, because I think this might help us a little bit here. So, look, everybody's here today then to learn a little bit about SaaS.
Okay. And then this is our second video.
This one is a little bit longer, delving into the technical aspect of SASE that we had put.
Secure Access Service, or SASE, is a term coined by Gartner that combines multiple network and security technologies into a single offering. The goal is to offer secure network services anywhere the user connects in from. And as we think about how distributed our workloads and users are, we find ourselves having to deal with multiple technologies that don't necessarily work together. This means multiple security policies and inefficient designs that are costly and don't scale. With the increase of work from home users, there's a bigger demand than ever for secure direct access to the cloud without having the central bottleneck and latency of the traditional VPN. SASE attempts to solve this problem by combining security as a service with network as a service. Gartner has laid out 3 levels to accomplish SASE, including core, recommended, and optional. SASE core levels include SD-WAN, secure web gateway, firewall as a service, CASB, and zero trust network access. The SASE recommended level includes sandboxing, browser isolation, WAF, network access control, next-gen antivirus or EDR, and SASE optional levels include wireless LAN and VPN for customers that still need those services. In this video, we'll discuss how these technologies come together and how vendors are working with each other to bring you a SASE package.
And then that's all the video that we're going to play.
To give me a boost in the YouTube algorithm.
This video is a little bit.
Yeah, 7 minutes. Okay.
Okay, so these are basically the 2 pillars of SASE. So the first one is SD-WAN networking. So SD-WAN or SD-WAN is basically like the brain behind how the data is transferred across the internet, and it makes sure your connection is smart and fast and cost effective. It's basically like a GPS in your internet traffic. And so what it really means is um, whether like that's through the regular internet, a private line, or wireless. And also if, let's say if one path is slow, the SDWAN automatically switches it to a better one, and it helps it to run smoothly, even if it's busy one day. And so the second pillar is SSE, which is basically like a security for this side of SASE. It's like building a smart shield for every user, no matter how many there are. And according to the image, there is um the SWG, which like stops the user from visiting dangerous websites, and there is the CASB, which watches basically apps over the cloud. And there is also ZTNA, which basically only gives people access to what they need. And there is the FWAAS, which basically filters out or stops any threats to the firewall. There is the DLP, which makes private data doesn't like accidentally get leaked. And there is the RBI, which opens like any risky websites.
So for security components, so implementing SASE isn't like plug and play, right? So it needs like a strategy before implementation, alignment, and careful migration into companies. So like vendor strategies, you have the single vendor, easy to manage and may lack deep specialization. Example of this is like one platform for all functional functions, but limited customizations, right? And then you have best of breed, stronger individual tools, but harder integration and higher complexity. Um, Organizational silos, networking and security teams often work separately. SASE forces these teams to collaborate with shared goals and ideas and metrics in mind. And then you have migrational complexities, right? I was talking about before. A phase rollout is key. Companies must blend SASE with existing systems gradually to avoid downtime and user disruption.
So this is ZTNA versus VPN. The difference, security revolution. So this slide, it would show us the single greatest advancement SASE brings to the security. So SASE is also fundamentally a shift from a network as a security boundary to the user. So for our feature section, we have connection scope, trust model, access example, and security posture. So for connection scope, for our traditional VPN, we have our connection scope. It grants access to entire network. And for the zero trust network access, we also have that the connection scope can connects only to specific applications. For our trust model, we have a trust but verify user trusted after login. So the motto, never trust, always verify, continuous authentication. Um, Access example, browse all servers and network resources. And for the zero trust network access, we have access only CRM database and nothing else. And then for the last one, for a security posture, a large lateral attack surf. And for the zero trust network access, there's a minimal breach impact through segmentation.
So these are the main reasons or benefits to why organizations choose SASE. So the first benefit is enchanted security. So basically this reason, SASE basically applies very strong security rules and it goes for everybody and every device and every location and every connection, no matter where they are. It like also uses zero trust, which basically means it's never automatically trust anyone. Um, the superior user experience, which basically with SASE users don't have to go through like long or very large connections. It basically like cuts and detour, basically to make everything run smoother and faster and more easier for everyone. And the third benefit is operational simplicity, which basically SASE replaces like 5 to 10 different tools with basically one cloud-based platform. So it's easier to manage and update and secure everything. And the last one is elastic scalability, which basically Sassy can grow instantly. So when you need it, like whether it's like, let's say 5 users or like 1,000 users, nobody has to wait or nobody has to use new hardware. It's basically perfect for when a business is like growing bigger or seasonal change. It's basically always there for everybody, no matter the large number of users or how fast um the organization is growing.
Um, so I was actually talking about this slide before when I was talking, which is my bad because I was just looking at my notes. But I'll talk about the if you can go back 3 slides.
Okay.
So, Sassy brings multiple security tools into one cloud-based framework for simpler and unified protection. Um, so we have ZTNA, replaces VPNs by giving users access only to specific apps, not the full network. Um, and then we have SWG, filters and monitors like web traffic to block malicious or inappropriate sites. So an example of this is it can stop like phishing links or risky downloads. Then we have CASB. So it adds visibility and control over SaaS apps like Google Workspace, preventing data leaks and enforcing compliance. Then we have FWAAS, cloud-based firewall that applies consistent security policies to all users. Uh, it provides consistent security policies to all users, no matter like where they connect from, whether it's at home or in the workplace. And so I'll wrap this slide up. Together, these 4 pillars deliver security, scalability, and identity-driven access. So right users can access stuff across modern enterprises and applications that we may now use today. And, and then you can go on to the next, because this is the one I was talking about before.
Okay, so here we're talking about the future of Sassy. This is our conclusion that we came up with. So our view, we believe Sassy, it's not just a trend, but it's for like the future for enterprise networking. It's identity centric. Its cloud first model is the only scalable way to manage security and performance for a world where applications and users are outside the traditional office perimeter. So there's a single product evolution. So our
And
questions are, yeah,
these are our questions for other students.
students, yeah. So, will SASE converge into true all-in-one solutions from individual vendors, or will it remain a framework requiring integration of multiple specialized services? Our second question that we have, it's edge computing synergy. And that's basically as edge computing pushes compute resources closer to users, how does this accelerate the necessity and adoption of cloud-centric SASE architectures? And our last question is the vendor lock-in risk. So given SASE's consolidation approach, what strategy should organizations employ to mitigate vendor lock-in while maintaining interrogated functionality? So we'll be replying to our uh
We'll
thing.
be
Yeah,
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 the
we'll be
discussions. Yeah,
posting these
the
questions
discussion.
for
yeah,
students to reply to.
yeah. And
And these are
these
our
are our
references.
references and resources that we use.
And that's all.
Yeah.